Hello everyone. Tonight we're going to do a flower pour, and I'm going to do a white background, and my white base is 1/2 Floetrol, 1/4 Mod Podge, and 1/4 of glue for this base only. This paint has, this white has pearl, 2 ounces of pearl white, 2 ounces of pearl medium, and then the rest to the desired consistency is, I'm trying to think what I used. I believe I used the glue and water medium. And then in my paints, it's just, now these paints I mixed up about 2 weeks ago for a straight pour. So they're going to be a little bit thick. I thinned them out a little bit, but this is, this, I know it's Deco Art Sapphire, but there's some, I believe there's another color in there, but I honestly couldn't tell you what that is. It's been too long, but I know it's primarily the Deco Art Sapphire. And then I have 24 Karat Gold by Deco Art. And see, it's thicker than usual. Not a whole lot, but enough. And then I have copper, and this is a little bit thinner than the other paints. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. And then the white. And I poured one earlier, and it was absolutely beautiful. I was so excited. And I put my napkin down on it, and it felt like it had a ripple. And I was trying to smooth it out, and I squished the paint all the way out the side. So, that was a disaster. You don't want to do that. So, and it really couldn't be saved. And I was like, oh, well, that's not good. So, anyway, yeah, it's kind of a shame. But it happens, and I couldn't save it. I tried to. It was a valiant attempt, but it didn't work. Okay, so I'm trying to think what I did. I used this bottom, let's see, of the 3D printed cups, and it gave such a beautiful effect in the center. So, and then what I did was, when I flipped the cup, when I reversed it, I used the 8-petal, larger one. So mixing these was a lot of fun earlier, and I'm really hoping the colors aren't the same of the paint that I used earlier, but you know, it is what it is. Life happens, right? You just have to roll with the punches. Okay, so this pearl paint almost looks like an eggshell color. It's an off-white. See, it's not that thick, but it is thicker than, whoa, I am crazy tonight. It's really late. I was hoping to get that other pour done and then be done for the night, but it didn't work out that way. So, such is life. Those are beautiful together. These metallics are just gorgeous. in and of themselves, but when you start stacking them, they're amazing. I love the metallic paints. I'm just going to hit this with the gold. I don't know why I'm not getting it to pour in the center very well. Let's try to be a little more patient here. That'll help. I'm hoping that this combination of mediums is going to give me some really nice lacing. We'll just have to see. It should, when I do my straight pours, it gives me lacings and cells, so I don't know. Man, I love this blue. Oh, you know what's in it? I know what's in it. I put a very small amount of the Deco Art Emerald, the metallic emerald. This is a paint that I make all the time, and I play with it. Sometimes I do 50-50 of the sapphire and the emerald together. It makes the deepest, most beautiful blue with green undertones. And sometimes I'll do just a little bit of the emerald in it. It just depends, and depending on which color you use more, obviously, you're going to get a different depth of, like the blue. If you cut back on your green and only do the emerald half the amount, then you're going to get this deep blue with green undertones, and flip it, you'll get a green with blue undertones, if that made any kind of sense at all. Yeah, what am I doing? Oh shoot, I was going to put the white in between those two. Oh well. Like I said, it's been a long night. It's been a long day. For sure. I got up really early today too. And didn't go to bed till really late. Okay. I am not going to go much further than this. I think I'm going to end it with white, so that I don't end up with brown along the way, or some variation thereof. Okay. Gosh, that's pretty. Now see, I'm getting some cells in the top of this little cup, but I don't see any forming here yet. Isn't that interesting? It didn't bring all the colors in. It just brought a little bit. I suppose it did bring all of them in, but the blue is kind of in the background. It's really interesting. kidding me? Yes, I just wiped it all over my dress. It's full of paint anyway, so what the heck. Okay. I want to get this really straight. It does matter. And I don't want to pull this out very much. Just a little. The fumes of this are bad tonight. Should probably be doing this with the fan on or something, but I'm not. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm going to start. I better start with the gold. I'm not going to do too many layers because, as you can see, we're already running out of runway here. Before I forget, make sure I have a dry cookie sheet. I'm going to put some white in here. Then I'm going to put the blue as my final layer. And I hope this doesn't mess up because that's a lot of paint. It is really spreading. Second to rinse those off a little bit. Oh, I didn't do my hair up. See the center? It's so different than the other part of it. That the bottom that looks like a bunch of teeth really makes an interesting design. It's fun to, I haven't like mixed them up before, and I just thought, well, why not? And I did it, and I thought, wow, that is so pretty. It was so, so pretty. Oh, did you see what I did? Gosh, I'm just unstable as all get out. Sorry guys, I'm just like driving all over the place. It's crazy. There's like a lot of paint in that center. Turn loose. Silly thing. I'm just carefully moving this paint out a little bit, because there's quite a bit in that center, and I mean you get a lot of paint in your center, but it just felt like a pretty deep little pool. So if I'm careful, I won't mess anything up. There we go. That's better. Don't you think so? Now, okay. Let's see when we come up. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I really hope I don't mess it up. In all sincerity, because I'm just not very stable tonight on my feet for some reason. It's because I'm tired. Who knows? Gosh, that's pretty. And it's getting all kinds of cells going on in the center now. I almost feel like just spinning it and not putting a napkin on it at all. You know? All right. I won't be a coward. I'll put the napkin on. I should iron these napkins or something so they don't fold like that in the center. I've got a divot in there. Oh. I'm going to be very careful. What I said the last time too. Boy, that's really close to the edge. I just want these additional paper towels or napkins to make contact with the moisture and wick it away. It's kind of why I'm trying to use or explore other mediums, because although I have success with the glue and water and stuff, it just it can be so difficult to work with it. And you can get a beautiful pour and sorry, like this, and then look, see how there's a big dent in there. And I'm not going to mess with it too much because I do not want to pull this off the edges like I did. But you end up getting a big pool in the middle. It doesn't do you any good because you lose a lot of the shape of your flower. So that's why I'm putting 3 of these on there and trying to get some of that moisture up so that when I pull it up, the paint pulls up and then it settles back down again. That's what you want. You don't want it to drip. Okay, and now I'm going to spray the edges, just the edges of this paper towel, or napkin rather, so that it's a little bit easier for me to gather it up. It's the one underneath that is very stout. Okay, that's going to have to be good. See how I tore that one? The ones that are on top are just regular napkins, and they're not very good. They're very, 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 very thin. Okay, here we go, guys. Wish me luck and pray for me. I know I say that a lot, but in all sincerity, it just, sometimes it just doesn't go the way you were hoping it would. Do not want to slide this all around. Okay. I'm going to put some white around the edge from what was pulled off. I usually do this after the fact, but I'm going to try to rock this out a little bit. Really pretty. It's so weird how you get different shapes. Well, I expected a little bit different because I changed the bottoms. I switched in between two different bottoms, but you don't generally expect the outer part to be different. You expect the inner part. This is really pretty. It's got some gorgeous details in it. don't know what this one looks like. It's got like, it's not like, like a mum or something like that. We have a whole bunch of smaller little petals as opposed to the really big, like a carnation that's kind of ruffled, as opposed to, I don't know my flowers very well, but this one looks like it's just got that lacy edging all around it, like a mum, I think is what they call them. That's what I'm seeing. Or chrysanthemum. Okay. Wow, I like that. That is so different. And my center is tweaked a little bit, so I'm going to try not to. See how that's done? Just kind of make a little rounded, almost like a Q-tip, and then push it down in the center, and it will wick away some of that paint and some of the moisture in it. Give you a nice clear center. Oh, that's pretty. It's like all this maintained. Well, I'll bring you in and show you in a minute. I want to finish this edging. I still have to do around the very edges of the canvas, but this is so cool. Let me torch it and then I'll bring you in. I'm really excited about this one. It's so different. One more. There. I'm so excited to show you this. Look at this. Can you see that? Isn't it pretty? Look how delicate the edges are. Isn't that something? They're beautiful. They're just laced out. Look at that. I don't know what kind of flower this is. Y'all have to tell me. With the laced edges. Oh, this worked out so well. I'm really happy with mixing the mediums like that. I'm going to bring you into the center too. Look at all the cells. Just these little itty bitty cells. Aren't they pretty? I'm going to show you the very center. Look at that. Isn't this gorgeous? All this, it's like the flower within a flower within a flower. That's the only way I can get it all in, is to back out like that. What do you think? Let's see. Oh yeah, I am really thrilled with this flower. I'm going to move the paint just a little bit to fill in this little spot right there. But for the most part, if you just look at it, it's just almost perfect. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed learning and experimenting with me. That's, I think, the most fun of all of this, is just to experiment. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment if you wouldn't mind. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.